Today we're going to be making this keychain. It's nice size, and I'm using a 1.25 millimeter crochet hook. You can use a different one if you want, of course. We're going to start with a magic ring, and in that magic ring you make 6 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you pull that closed. There you go. Now in the here 2, 4, 6. There in the first stitch you want to make a slip stitch. There you go. Now make 2 chains, but do not count those as a stitch. Now in the next row we're going to now make 2 half double crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. Now you want to pull that tight a little more because you still have a hole in. There you go, that's much better. Now you want to slip stitch in the first stitch. Now cut the yarn. Now you want to hide that bit here. And so we're going to stick that in there with this needle. You want to stick that in there. There. Pull that tight. There you go. Now we're going to take the second color, which for me was white. Now you can start in any stitch you want. Doesn't matter which one it is. You want to start in. Oh, that's in the way. You make a chain like this. There you go. Pull that tight so it doesn't come loose. Now we're going to make 2 single crochet and then an increase. So that's 2 stitches in the same stitch. Now we have 4. We're going to go all around. 2 single crochet and an increase. 1, 2, increase. 2 more and increase again. Now see, this is where we stopped last time. You might want to pull that tight a bit so that we don't have a huge hole there. Now 1, that's the wrong one. You don't want to use the same one here. So 1, 2, and increase. So now we're at the end. What we're going to do now is slip stitch in that first stitch to connect it. And we're going to make 2 chains, but we're not going to count that as a stitch. Now we're going to make in this very same stitch, we're going to make 2 half double crochet. Now you might want to put a stitch marker here in this in the first one here to make sure you don't end up using the wrong one later. Now we're going to make 2 chains and skip 1 stitch. So this is the next one. We're going to skip that one. We're going to go straight to this one here, and we're going to make 2. Oh, wrong. We're going to make 2 half double crochet in that one. So 2 half double crochet, and again 2 chains, skip a stitch, and go straight here, and you make 2 half double crochet in that. So all around you'll be making 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch, 2 chains, and then skip the next stitch until the end. Now don't make the chains too tight because it will pull together and that wouldn't look very nice. almost at the end. Make 2 chains again, skip a stitch. There you go, we're in the end, at the end now. There you go. Now those last 2 chains here, and you want to slip stitch in that first stitch. Get rid of that stitch marker. Now we're going to need to change color again. There you go. We're going to change color. You won't be needing that white one anymore, so just move that one out of the way. You want to move this to the back. You don't want ugly things in the front, of course. Now go in here. There you go. Hide it a bit in the back. So, there you go. Now we got this so far. Now we're going to use yellow again. And pull that a bit. Now, it doesn't matter where you start, as long as it's in the first half double crochet, not the second one, and not in the chains. So you can start here if you want, but it has to be in the first of the 2 half double crochet. You do this, attach it. Now we're going to start with 2 single crochet. You want to do the first one in the stitch that you just worked in. So 2 single crochet. Yeah, there you go. Then if you get stuck like me now, you want to make sure the hook is this way, and then pull it back out. That way you don't damage your yarn. There you go, 2 single crochet, and now we're going to make in each of these spaces around, we're going to make 3 half double crochet in this one here. So, and don't pull this too tight, you want to make sure it's long enough. 1, 2, 3. And this is what we got so far. And now in these, so 1, 2, we're going to make 2 single crochet. So 1 and 2. Now we come to the space again. We're going to make 3 half double crochet in this space again, just like the other one. I'm going to do the same thing all around. There you go. Now same thing again. Single, oh, stuck again. You don't want that. 1 single crochet and the second one. Now half double crochet in there again. Now my yarn is getting too short. I'm going to pull that a bit. If you don't do that, you'll end up with tight stitches. Alright, 1 single crochet, 2. Now half double crochet again, and then 1, 2, oh, that went wrong. So you got only 1 now. We have to make the second one. 2, 3, 1 single crochet in the second one. Keep going until the end. So 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 single crochet and the second one. So we're now here already. You want to keep going all the way until the end, and make sure that these half double crochets are long enough, because if they're not long enough, they'll pull this piece down here and it will look bad. And there you go. So 1, 2, and I've got 2 more single crochet to do, and then the half double crochet. Oh, that's very bad. There you go. Now you see we got stuck here. That's not a problem, you won't see that later on. Now you want to connect this so with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Now we're going to cut the yarn. Now you want to make another one exactly the same like this. We need 2 of these. Starting in the last stitch, starting first stitch, sorry. 1, 2, put a stitch marker in that one, and the first one here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 only, no more. Now you see here we stopped here. This is where we stopped, here. You want to make sure that you, on the other one now, we start here too. So here, you want to do this here, up, and that's your stitch, I think, yes. No, you want to do that here, above the white one, like this. You keep that behind it here. We're going to work like this. We're going to do 8 single crochet in the first piece now. 1, make sure this one is tight enough. Now after this first one, we're going to first turn this back so that both the ugly sides are facing each other. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to go back here to the first one, but you do not want to work from the back side. That won't work. So we're going to turn it a bit this way. This is where you want to start, the one with the stitch marker. That's the one. We go in there. And, oh wait, that's an ugly one. There you go. So now here, this is your first stitch of the second row. We'll make the second stitch first, and now place a stitch marker in the first one. There you go. Now we're going to do 6 single crochet and a decrease, and then again 6 single crochet and again a decrease. So now we have 2 already. 3, 4, 5, 6, and now that decrease. I use an invisible decrease. I think it looks prettier. Now if you don't know which one is the next stitch after the invisible decrease stitch, I have a video that explains how to find that stitch, the stitch after the invisible decrease. You can watch that video if you don't understand this. So now we're going to do again 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we're going to keep going now in continuous rows. This will be the first one of the next row. So there you go. Now we're going to do 5 single crochet, a decrease, another 5, and another decrease until the end. So there we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease again. There you go. Now for the next row we're going to do 4 single crochet and a decrease, and then again 4, and then again a decrease. So 1, 2, place the stitch marker, 3, 4, decrease, keep going, 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease again. And now the next row we're going to do 3 single crochet and a decrease, and then again 3 single crochet and again a decrease. 1, 2, place a stitch marker, 3, decrease, one. It's a bit difficult now because it's so small already. Oh, that's not both loops. You need to work in both loops. Two. I'm doing it again. So 3 and a decrease. And the next row you'll be doing 2 single crochet, decrease, 2 single crochet, decrease. I'm not using a stitch marker now because there's not enough space to work in. 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease. There we go. Now the last row you want to do 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease. It's a bit difficult because there's not a lot of space to work in. Now there's one more here and a decrease. There you go. Now you want to cut that yarn off a bit longer so that we can attach the keychain ring. You'll only have to do these ones obviously. So we're going to take the last one, pull it in here. Now with this needle we're going to fix the top a bit because the top right now is not very pretty. Pull it nice and tight. Now you stick that back in there and pull it out from here. That's coming off. Now to make sure that the keychain ring does not come off, you want to do this. You do this back and forth a couple of times, make sure the needle is not visible in the front. Just a couple of times, make sure it doesn't come out again. Now these things are a bit in the way now, but you won't see them when the star is done. There you go. I like to cut that though because it's annoying. There you go. Now we're going to do the second one. This here is the last stitch you use. We're not going to use that one. We're going to go to the next one. You attach your yarn again. There you go. Now just like with the first one, we're going to make 8 single crochet and then the other one 8. So this is 1. Oh, that fell out. There you go. You want to pull that tight a bit. That's 2, 3, 4. Now push this out of the way. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now pull this long first. You want to count now. So we're going to see. This is the last one we used. You make sure you do not use the wrong stitch now. This is the last one we used, and this is the next one. From there we're going to count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be the next one we're going to use. Put a stitch mark in that first. And this one here. So we don't end up forgetting where it is. Now you're going to turn back. Put your hook back in. Hold it like this. Turn it around. And now put the hook in the one with the stitch marker. Pull this out. And now you're going to make 8 single crochet back. Make sure the first one is a bit tight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, how many do I have already? Don't get confused. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. There you go. Now we're going to go back to the first one. If you were to go straight to the first stitch now to start the second row, you'll end up with a hole here. That won't look very pretty. So what we're going to do is take the last stitch from this piece and single crochet together with the stitch from here that we're going to use now. Now this counts as the first stitch of the second row. So this is 2 stitches. Now we're going to place a stitch marker in the first one. Now you're going to continue the second piece here exactly the same like this one. And then after that you'll make 3 more before you make the last one, the 5th one. Before that you're going to have to stuff it first. Now before we make the last one, make sure it's stuffed nicely. All points here have to be stuffed nicely, not overstuffed because that wouldn't look very nice. We're going to do the last one here now. Attach your yarn just like the other ones. We're going to attach the yarn, make 8 single crochet and then another 8 on the other side. The last point is a little tricky because the stuffing could get stuck on your hook. Got 4, 5, 6, 7, and also because it's already stuffed, it's more easy to end up with holes, so be very careful. Two, 3. That's alright, you won't see that later on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oop, I lost that one. Now we're going to single crochet this together. Make sure we don't end up with a huge hole. Going to do 6 single crochet now, decrease, 6 single crochet, decrease. And that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, decrease. There's your next one. That's a bit tricky to get the hook in there. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and as the decrease. There you go. Now the next row we're going to do 5. Oh, you want to stick that in there first. Use the tweezers again, just like with stuffing. There you go. You want to hide this so it's not in the way. So the next row is 5 single crochet, decrease, 5 single crochet, decrease. This is already 1, 2. Put that stitch marker in there. 3, 4, 5, decrease, another 5 and a decrease, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. Now pull that out. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet, decrease, 4 single crochet. 1, 2, stitch marker. You could also do without stitch marker, but you have to keep counting then. 3, 8, 3, decrease. Now the next row you can do 3 single crochet, decrease, 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, oops, stuck again, decrease, 1, 2, 3, oh, and another decrease. Now before we do the next row, you want to add some more stuffing bit by bit to fill up this last one here. Not too much, not too little. As you see, I do bit by bit, because if you were to push down this huge amount all at one time, you'll end up with one lumpy mess. You could push the stuffing down with a pencil or something, but you usually end up with lumps then, so I prefer tweezers. Not sharp tweezers, wouldn't use those. Just normal tweezers like this. Bit by bit, stuff it in there. We're almost there. Yeah, that should be it. You don't want to overstuff them. I might want to add a little more, but no, that's too much. Just a bit more. Just like that, so it doesn't stick out, otherwise your hook will get stuck in it. Now we're going to continue. So 2 single crochet, decrease, 2 single crochet, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. Now here it gets tricky because really I don't have much to work with anymore. Oh, see, I keep getting stuck. 1, 2, and a decrease. Now we're going to do the last row now. That's going to be 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease, once. There you go. Now we got 1 more single crochet to do and a decrease. There you go. This is so tricky. There you go. Now you want to cut this yarn off long because you most likely have some holes, which is very normal. But if you cut the yarn long, you can use this one to close those holes that you have. So we're going to fix the tip first, just like with the other ones. Now you want to stick it, see, have a look, see, here is fine, here have a bit of a hole, you don't want to keep that. And here too, the rest are fine. So we're going to stick it in there. You want to come out here, just about here, right in the middle of a stitch, not in between 2 stitches. There. You want to pull that out. Try to get this through. There you go. Hold the tip when you pull. There. If you don't hold the tip and you pull, the tip will go in, and that's difficult to get it back out. So you're going to squeeze it together and go in the dense part, not in the hole. You don't want to use that because then the hole will get bigger. You want to go in the dense part, a really difficult part. There you go. You pull that bit together. Make sure it's not visible, and don't let this be pulled in. Now you're going to do this again. And nobody will ever know you had a hole there. You can do this for dolls too, for legs, everything. So see, that's closed. There you go. Nobody will ever know. Now if you have like a doll and the legs, between the 2 legs sometimes you have holes. You want to make sure you close those so you can use this technique then. You could leave it, but that doesn't look very pretty. Oh, that's stuck. There you go. Nobody will ever know you had a hole here. There. Now once it's closed, you want to hide the yarn. But try not to make it visible. Just like this. weave it through as deep as possible, not on the surface, because then you'll see it. Oop, there you go. And there we go. Now you want to pull this just a bit too tight. You're going to cut it, and as soon as you cut it, the yarn will pop back in. There you go. You don't see it? There you go. Here's your star. If it's a bit oldish shape because of the stuffing, you might want to do like this a bit. And you got a nice star. And actually I have two now. Then have fun making them.